Hi, my name is Coldbear and let's start with the Ascent. You will kill hundreds of puny enemies in a corporate red metropolis stretching high into the sky and filled with creatures from all over the galaxy. You can do that with a friend online or together on a split-screen co-op, or totally alone, it doesn't matter. Single player here is great as well. So yeah, beside it being a mishmash of Cyberpunk 2077 and Diablo, the game has those Star Wars and Fifth Element vibes as well. And that is awesome! You will play as a worker enslaved by the company that owns you and everyone else in your district, but one day you decided that enough is enough. Your balls, along with the rest of your body, belong to you, and then you started killing everyone. Well, the real story is a bit more complicated, but you are watching this video not for spoilers anyway. Although, don't get too excited yet, some people are complaining about disappearing save games and other bugs, so the Ascent is not flawless by any means, but the price of this really new game is quite affordable, so think about it. Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sector. This is a fast-paced, turn-based strategy game set in a grimdark universe of the 41st millennium. Here you will pick the force you like, develop your army and fight for the victory by controlling mighty heroes. The game, along with single-player campaign, has shared or split-screen PvP as well. Asynchronous multiplayer and hot seat modes are available. People on Steam are talking that even if you don't like turn-based strategy, this game may change your mind. Here, unlike in XCOM, you can move units simultaneously. You don't need to wait for your other units to finish their turns. This is great because it saves your time. And you know what else saves your time? Not removing your clothes and shoes before you go to bed. This way you will already be dressed when you wake up. Yeah, a life hack that really works. You're welcome. Mortal Kombat 11. This is literally the same as any other Mortal Kombat games, but it has fresh coating, new fatalities, and new moves for our beloved heroes. If you are bored by Mortal Kombat 10, you will get bored by Mortal Kombat 11 twice as fast. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that different. And to be fair, I like Mortal Kombat 10 more, because it feels more intuitive and it's easier to control your characters, at least for me. Well, there is nothing much to say except the fact that if you like Mortal Kombat franchise, now it's the time for you to grab it and cheaply enjoy it for a few days, or even more if you have some friends that are in favor of some hot action. You know, this cute game is all about friendship. Unrailed. This is a chaotic online and couch co-op multiplayer railroad construction game where you work together with your friends as a team to build train tracks across endless procedurally generated worlds. You will master encounters with its inhabitants, upgrade your train and keep it from derailing. That is easier to say than to do, believe me. People on Steam are talking that this game brings a lot of fun when playing with friends. The game seems pretty chill at first, but later the pace takes on and the stress level will arise and the nervous laugh will fill the room. Although I'm not gonna lie, this game has pretty good AI as well, so if all your friends are dead, or if you are dead to them, not judging, then playing with the help of a friendly AI will be fun as well. Just not as much. It reminds me of one saying. You know what is the difference between fake balloons and the real ones? Fake balloons look and feel exactly the same as the real ones, but bring no joy. Trine 4. I think many of you have heard about the Trine series. It was one of the first hard-worked attempts to make platformer games even more beautiful than they were before. Trine is a member of 3D platformers with fixed camera, and that makes it even more beautiful. Just like you, my friend. You are beautiful and smart, and you have beautiful eyes as well. Please subscribe. So here you'll control 3 heroes sent on a quest to retrieve the troubled young prince. Wizard, knight, and thief are joined together once again on a thrilling quest through beautiful fairy tale landscapes teeming with danger. People on Steam are talking that this game is simpler than the previous Trine games, puzzles are easier, but when you play in co-op mode with friends, everything is chaos. Also keep in mind that this game will eat your machine's computing power as if you were digging for bitcoins, no joke. Magicka 2. You can play this alone or you can play Magicka 2 with friends, which is way better experience. Playing Magicka alone is like eating marinated herring alone without onions, hot potatoes and a shot of crystal clear Ukrainian gorilka. So if you have a friend, make him play Magicka with you. There is a simple trick that can help you win your friend's attention. Make some delicious potato salad from the best ingredients possible. Don't forget to add a lot of doctor's sausage, then buy some gorilka and consume those things alone. Next morning go to a friend's house and say that you want to play a game with him. He will let you in, I promise. This trick never fails. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. I can't think of the reason why you could say no to this beautiful game. It's a AAA title with overwhelmingly positive Steam reviews. You know, it's no secret that this kind of rating is way more popular among indie games because they focus on one thing and it's easier to make it perfect. And this game focuses on a zillion things and all of them are great. I'll be honest, at first I played Baldur's Gate 3 Early Access and then I liked the game so much that I just have to play Original Sin 2 as well. And it's amazing, and it's also fun to play with friends. To be honest, the game is much more difficult when you play alone, but that just makes things even more fun. I play alone and I am fine. Well, now I can think only one reason why you may not like this game. And that reason is, some developer of this game has slept with your wife. Of course, you would never admit it and say something like, "This game has so much text, I don't like to read," and blah blah. Yeah, but we all know the truth and we are really sorry for what's happened. Pyre. This is a party-based RPG in which you lead a band of exiles to freedom through ancient competitions spread across a vast mythical purgatory. Here you'll find a campaign mode where you will never be forced to lose progress. That is interesting because whether you win or fail, your journey still continues. The interactive narrative is expressed through a story that no players will experience in quite the same way. On top of single-player campaign, Pyre features a local two-player versus mode, where you can play against a friend or AI opponent, and the latter, to be honest, is a way more realistic companion in these pandemic times. And probably at all times, if you know what I mean, you lovely friendless schmuck. So here you can choose your party from 20 different characters and dive into the battle. Pyre has two modes of gameplay. First is the battles, which makes your heart beat faster, and let's be fair, this is probably the only cardio exercise you do, and also slow text-heavy sections with very little player input. So sadly, you will often lose that combat readiness when you deal with those scenes, and most of us play games like this not for the text walls, but for the great action. Well, this game has both, so it's up to you. Hellish Quart. Chop various limbs from your opponent's body and be the best butcher in town. Hellish Quart is a fighting game in which you will battle using 17th century melee weapons in the setting of Polish Lithuanian Commonwealth. I'm not gonna lie, it's really nice for me to see a game that is based on a land of my ancestors. The character models are made using 3D scanned clothes based on a fashion from the period, and they look great. You will duel Zaporozhian Cossacks, Polish Hussars, Tatars, Turkish Janissaries, Swedish Reiters, French Musketeers, and even more. Game is focused on a realistic representation of sword fights. Here, one strike is enough to beat the opponent. 3 successful strikes wins you the game. Imagine a Mortal Kombat game where you have to land only 3 punches and be the winner. And that is the whole point of Hellish Quart. Be very good and precise, or be dead. The discount is low, but the game is in early access and it's kinda cheap, so if you like fighting games, this one should be at least in your radar. Dismantle. Here you can break almost all the objects for materials and craft new items from them. Explore the handcrafted open world and uncover its mysteries. Clear areas of monsters and claim them as yours. Build bases to establish your presence and farm exotic plants to reap the rewards as crops get ripe. Game has 93% of positive reviews on Steam and only 2% short from overwhelmingly positive title. People are talking that this is very relaxing but also a challenging game. You will stumble on areas with a large group of zombies and will get stressed a lot, but later you will grow some potatoes and enjoy a relaxing atmosphere in your garden. Although if I understand right, the game has only couch co-op and not online co-op feature, meaning that you will have to trick your friend to come to your house and play together as well. Tell him that you have a bottle of Gorilka, he can't resist that. Also, if you want to support my channel, you can buy games from GOG Gaming Store by using my link. All games there are DRM free, and also they support refunds up to 30 days. That's way better than Steam. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.